Hey friends, welcome back. I am at Heronswood today and I'm gathering inspiration for gardens I'm designing, my own personal garden. And last year I only got to see half of this garden. So I'm bringing you back because I'm sharing with you some of the most magical spots on this property. And they are filling my soul. Okay, you guys, this is one of those little areas that I totally missed it last time. It is the most perfect, beautiful, clipped, just gorgeous, lacy courtyard. We've got an incredible pond in the middle filled with all of these beautiful pitcher plants and a little frog and bubbling water. And then, do you want to know what I see through the doorway? Those dahlias I bought at Wincliffe. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is giving me massive inspiration. So I purchased 3 of these incredible Starry Night Dahlias earlier in the summer. And this is one that Dan Hinckley and his team at Wincliffe have been working on creating. And it is, oh my gosh, did you see that bee? It is brilliant in the garden. You know what I'm actually getting inspired by? They have, well, first of all, it's covered in bees. I mean, just look at this thing. Holy cow. And then around it, they've planted Nicotiana. So this is Nicotiana, and I've grown one before called Peace Pipe. And Peace Pipe has flowers really similar to this. And Nicotiana is like fragrant and yummy. And the Peace Pipe variety that I grew, that one is like 6 feet tall. And so I could almost imagine Peace Pipe growing in back of this incredible banana. This is so good. And then also, if you want to talk about like a beautiful vista, I love this just clean, empty vessel, just sculptural, beautiful, framed in this archway. And what's really cool is you get to enjoy it from like this side and the pathway behind it. Okay. I only filmed a sample of this and it did not look nearly this luscious. This is the Potager garden and it is filled in. It looks so good. If I had a drone, man, I would be up in the air lickety split because this thing is so cool. Perfect. You guys, following right on the heels, more alliums tucked in, gorgeous, lovely. Oh, this is the Manch aster. This is one of my favorite asters of all time. Whoa. This is such a pretty combination here. And this is totally unexpected. We've got Brussels sprouts, we've got cabbage, but for some reason, this bluish purple is playing so beautifully with the chocolate cosmos and the little dogwood behind it. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, and then the purple picked up again in the wallflower. This is so beautiful. Okay, and just for scale, look how mammoth this fountain is. And it's not even like a fountain because this is actually like a functioning hose bib, a functioning spigot. And do you see how like beautiful and delicate it is? It's so good. Okay, this is so interesting. It's a little Crocosmia, but the flowers are so much more pronounced. They look like teeny tiny lilies. This is a beautiful variety. You guys, my tongue is not working today. There are awesome plant tags everywhere. Let's see if I can get it right this time. This is Crocosmia, Castle Ward Late. Whew, I did it. Yet another idea for how to use low-growing alliums. This is fabulous. Actually, look at this combination. They've got the ajuga right here. We have the agapanthus up top. I could see putting a couple of alliums right in there. It would be beautiful. The other thing I'm looking at is Dan Hinckley's love of a pineapple lily. It just lives on. It is so, so gorgeous. And then this is the other thing I'm checking out. Look at this. Do you see this pot? This is an example of how you would combine something that's maybe more drought tolerant into a landscape. Or also, you can tell he's overwintering these in a greenhouse somewhere and then just plunking them in. So a really cool idea. I mean, it's labor intensive. Oh my God, look at the frog. Look at the tiny frog. You guys, look at this cutie. So cute. So before I was distracted by a frog, what I was gonna say is, yes, this is more labor intensive, but it's another beautiful way that you can combine water needs and you can combine very tender things by bringing them in and out of greenhouses, hoop houses, or even your basement. Oh my, okay. For reference, yours truly is 5'3", 5'4" on a good day. This is what's so amazing about this garden is their collection of lilies is insane. It's totally off the charts. And I think that is due to Riz Reyes, one of the incredible people that works here. I will link his Instagram below. He's a major lily fanatic. The other thing that they don't talk about a lot is Heronswood is actually home to one of the most massive hydrangea collections I have ever seen. I mean, I can't even think of a garden that has a larger collection of hydrangeas because Dan Hinckley has sourced them from all over the world. So I am obsessed with this coming up over the pathway. They've done so many things to create these little magical moments where you're really interacting with the nature around you and going through sweet little tunnels. So what's really fun for me as a designer is I'm going by hydrangeas that I have no idea what they are. And that to me is so exciting because it just tells you how big and beautiful our plant kingdom is. So I will stop and I'll show you some of my favorites along the way. This one, for its like graceful arching portal habit, this is one of my favorite. And also it's underplanted with this sweet little woodland cyclamen. And they're all blooming right now. I mean, if this doesn't scream fairy garden, I just don't know what does. Wow. This hydrangea has aged out so beautifully. It is like this murky, smoky mauve brown. But if you go back in here, look at this umbrella plant, so cool. Do you see the brighter purple of those blooms? And I love that it's just kind of like shoved back in here as a little surprise because I do find that blue tends to look silver in the shade. There's something very luminescent about it. So gorgeous. It does not get much more magical. I mean, we have a fountain. We have our umbrella plant. We have these incredible tree ferns. I actually just planted one at a client's home in a container, and this is gonna be my first year attempting to wrap them. And because the one that I bought, the species that I bought, they actually grow really slowly. This is not one that jets up overnight. I mean, we're talking maybe 6 inches a year. And so I will let you know how it goes. I may fail, but I'm at least gonna try. You guys, look at this hydrangea. I love these ones that are super frilled, where each flower is really multi-petaled. Isn't that gorgeous? This is so beautiful. There's literally a surprise around every corner. Okay, this is another one of, I think, the signature looks of Heronswood is they have all of these beautiful climbing hydrangeas going all the way up these massive, massive evergreen trees. And it's such an incredible way to just take in a climbing hydrangea in such a natural form. I just need to take a minute for this incredible border. So this is leading up to the house where Dan Hinckley used to live. And one thing I noticed about his garden is he loves blue. And just look at this, masses and masses of Haconocloa. This is areola. It's basically a Japanese forest grass. And then look at it with this blue. I have no idea what this is. Not a clue. No idea what this is. But it is the most electric blue. Holy. Oh, you know what's so cool? Look, he's got tulips buried in here. It's an oak tree. Isn't that cool? Brian, by the by, is not a happy camper right now because it is spider season and everywhere he walks, he's running into spider webs. I'm used to it. This man is not. These colors I am obsessed with. They are dusty, they're raspberry, they're all faded out. The sedums are just now coming online. And do you see this match right here? All of this rich raspberry tone, the dustiness of the foliage, and then check it out back here. This, my friends, is how you bury a Schubertii. It feels like it is just nestled amongst it. And then also, do you see how it's contrasting so beautifully with the sedums? And they just left everything in place. That is just such incredible visual interest. So don't be too quick to bust off those seed heads because that is awesome. Another hydrangea that I don't know what it is. Look at these buds. This is so richly blue. This is beautiful. Such a cool form. So if you have never seen a gunnera before, this is a plant that actually we see all over the Northwest. It's not a native here. It's actually native to Chile, and it loves moisture. It grows massive. In fact, I think this stand of gunnera is a little bit on the shorter side, but they for sure have school bus sized leaves. Behind me is one of the latest additions to the property, and it is actually a series of 2 connected Hartleys, and they've done this so that they have different growing conditions in each one. The one on the far side, that one's going to be a propagation house, so tons of activity, tons of plant propagation in there. And then this one closest, their aim is to hold a lot of classes in there, and I just think, holy cow. First of all, coming to Heronswood for a class. Second of all, having a class in a Hartley, like, it does not get much better. And so if you go on Hartley's website, this one is listed as one of the newest Hartleys here in the Northwest, and it is amazing. Oh, it's an alchemilla. Okay, this is one of, I think, the most beautiful parts of this upper Renaissance garden. I just like very briefly filmed this when I was here last year, but this is their fern table, and it is filled with so many treasures. Everything is labeled. I love it. This is one of my favorite little hostas. It's called Mouse Ears, which I think Mouse Ears is the most appropriate name ever. And it's called a fern table mostly because they've got so many amazing selections of ferns planted all along this area. Look at this tiny. Okay, that is so cute. I tell you, a table like this invites you to appreciate plants in such a different way. And it actually has me thinking about how I can create some really cool tables in my own garden, especially as we develop the side yard, because I feel like that's where my shade is really gonna be. This is an unlabeled fern. Well, it's an asplenium, but it doesn't have the variety name on it. But this is one of my favorites. And do you see the juxtaposition here of like big, round, fuzzy with teeny, tiny, frilly fern? Like this, that is like the height of contrast, and I love it. I love it. Gall. Look at this foliage. There's so much good stuff here. You could just keep going round and round and round. Again, another example. Obviously, we have a hosta here that's being munched on, but putting it next to this insanely leathery fern leaf that is super upright, this is really cool. Oh my God, look at the spores on the back of that thing. The back of the fern is so laden with spores, and you really get to appreciate this fuzzy texture because it's picking up on the rusted metal that they're putting right below it. I mean, this is an entire stroke of genius. Oh, this one is so cute. Mount Haleakala. That's very cool. This is beautiful. Okay, I don't know if you can see this here, but this spider builds its web in an orb. I'm gonna go around the other side and I'm gonna show you this one too. There's 2 of them here. And then you can see the spider directly in the middle right here. And it's using all of this incredible foliage as structure for these beautiful orbs that they're weaving. That is awesome. This is one of the other most incredible portions of the Renaissance garden. This is a Rainwall, and it is a feast for not only the eyes, but also the senses, the smell, the sound. It's perfection. You guys, this is a Clerodendrum, and I am not even kidding you when I say I smelled that sucker from 30 feet away. It is awesome. I am currently hunting for one of these for my client, one of my clients, and the max I can find at any one of my wholesale nurseries is like 5 feet tall. It is so hard to get your hands on. I have seen it several places in like a 2-gallon, but man, oh man, the bees are obsessed with it. Not only does it have incredible foliage, this foliage actually reminds me of a variegated dogwood, but look at this. Stunning blooms, beautiful, beautiful pinky, dusty rose, kind of calyx. It is incredible. And then do you see how open the structure is? This isn't a very dense tree. It's very open and lacy. So I find a tree like this, it benefits a lot from a just incredible understory. Oh my gosh. And then how they've planted it with the variegated forest grass down here. This is awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, we're gonna leave it on a high note. We're gonna leave it on like a mind-blowing high note. This has been such a fun tour. Thank you for coming with me to get inspired, to revisit this beautiful garden, and to also like show you guys a few new treasures that I discovered here today, because this is a garden you could spend hours walking through. Okay, I'm gonna see you in the next one. And in the meantime, say hello to your garden for me. Briar and I are calling this the egg garden.